Thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Good to see you, mate. Here's one for you. I'm wanting to explore options of margin loans for shares and investing in holiday homes. What's your thoughts on that one?
Look, basically, I mean, it's for the whole discussion about investing, it comes down to what's the actual result you're wanting to achieve? What's the goal? If we don't focus on the result, there is no right or wrong answer. It is always a specific individual case too. Why are we wanting to margin loan? Is it just to make money? But is for what purpose? So therefore, what's our appetite to risk in a margin loan? Holiday house, okay. Why do we want the holiday house? What's more important to you? Fundamentally, and if you go through a lot of the excellent presentation Tony just did there, it comes down to something simple. What does he actually want? What's the result you're wanting from this? This is your money. Whether it's inside superannuation or outside superannuation, it is still your money. We seem to have a massive disconnect with investments, particularly when we have the superannuation discussion. When we're looking at the margin lending, is it margin lending inside or outside of superannuation? Yeah. And again, the best result is actually, well, what do we actually, it's the individual choice. What do you actually want to achieve? And sitting down with a professional to work around, and the hardest part of financial planning isn't the investments. It isn't looking at the options. The hardest part is actually getting very clear on the result we're trying to achieve, and then we can develop really strong strategies to achieve those. And if we don't do that, you're not going to get the right answer for you.
What's your best hint on getting clarity on your goals for everyone on the end of the line?
Oh, the most important thing is sit down with a professional. Go through with someone who's going to spend the time to make sure that they're being clear with you as to what it is you're trying to achieve. Give you tools and techniques to work out what you're wanting to try to achieve. It might be just even coaching you to reframe the way you're thinking, because one of the major roadblocks with people in investing is a pretty simple one. It's themselves. They're worried about the strategies and not what we're actually trying to achieve. They're worried about, can I do this now? Can I not do this now? Well, what is it you're actually wanting to do first? And framing the questions is, I would like to be in a position to consider. I would like to be in a position to consider. It might be consider retirement. Okay, what age is retirement? If it's after 60, well then, superannuation is a great structure. As Tony said, from a tax perspective, it is an absolutely excellent structure. But if it's before 60, it's not actually a valid thing, because there's a time before 60 we've got to look at investing outside of superannuation. But if you're not sitting down with a professional to go through and discuss and get you focusing on you, not why can't I do it, not the abstract, I want to make more money. Yeah, that's nice. What does that actually mean for you? I want to be wealthier. Yeah, you can ask 5 people. Consider what wealthy is, and you get 5 different answers. It's all about focus. Focus on what we're trying to achieve and working with someone that has the expertise to develop the strategies to get you where you want to get to.
Mate, great points. So what can people on the end of the line, what can they do at home over a bottle of wine, a beer, a cup of tea, and a bicky before they come and see the professional? What discussions or topics should they be talking about together so they're on the same page?
Well, fantastic way to put it, too, Paul. It is talk. Yeah. The worst thing is, when you have clients coming in, they actually haven't spoken to each other. Yeah. Talk about, well, what are your dreams? And I think it was one of the slides there, and it was a fantastic slide. What are your dreams? Don't put roadblocks. I can't do this because blah, 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 blah. What are your dreams? What do you want to do? The big one for everybody is, what does retirement look like? So let's start having the discussion about what that looks like. Speak to your professional about fleshing it out. But also, what do you want to do in the next 2 years? What do you want to do in the next 2 to 5 years? What do you want to be in a position to do in the next 5+ years? Just to give you an example, it might be a couple now in their 30s that just starting to have children. Would you like to be in a position to send those kids to private school? Now, if you would, you probably need, in 10 years' time or 12 years' time, particularly if it's for secondary school, for example, we need around about $250,000. So we utilise the excess cash flow again. If we're doing, as Tony suggested before, spending less than we're making, so we actually have a thing called excess cash flow. It's not what we've got today, it's where we want to get to. So let's utilise that. How do we best utilise it? Well, here's a goal. Now let's think about it this way. We go through, your kids reach the age of secondary school and you decide not to send them to private school. What's the downside of that? There is none. You've actually
Holidays, mate. Holidays.
You just created a whole range of other opportunities and other options by that stage, by just merely having a goal and something that you're aiming for. It might have been in 5 years' time, I want to spend $50,000 on a big overseas trip. This hits now. You can't do your overseas trip, so you've got now you've got other options. But if you didn't actually plan for it, you're going to be eating into credit cards, personal loans, into your mortgage, and a whole range of other simple things because you haven't actually planned for anything.
Yeah. It's amazing how powerful just setting a goal is. It's the first step. That's a great point, Ian.
Can I add something there, Paul? Because I love Ian's enthusiasm in this. What's also important in business is to have your thoughts challenged, questions turned over, look from different perspectives, different sides, perspectives that you had not necessarily looked at, but you know, your advisor has, because we've seen a whole lot of stuff over 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, stuff that you don't think of at that time. We go, that's good, but have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? So to get all that sort of enthusiasm, to get the different perspective in life, both in business and in advice, is just gold.
Yeah, I think you said last week, refresh your viewpoint. And I think that's a great way to put it. Sig more. Yeah, well done. Thanks, gents.